So for dinner tonight, I thought I'd make a meatball spaghetti, and this is a very good meatball spaghetti recipe given to me by my neighbor. And first thing we'll do is grind up some chuck roast. I got this chuck roast at Super One today for $2.47 a pound, so I figured I'd just make my own ground meat with it. So we'll go ahead and grind that up in my grinder here. Cut your meat to feed down the chute and just push it through, and it comes out ground meat. And this is my coarse ground attachment. I don't really care for the fine one. So let me get that done, and then I'll measure out 2 pounds. And for the bread, I'm just kind of stacking 3 at a time and just making slices like that, and then basically just dicing the actual piece like that. So just making little cubes with it like that. So let me get that all done. Okay, first thing we'll do is make the meatballs. So this is the pack of Italian sausage I had. This is 1.5 links, and I took it out the casing. We're gonna go ahead and mix that with the 2 pounds of the ground chuck that I ground up today. And I'm gonna get that blended really well first before I add the rest of the ingredients. Okay, so now we'll add the rest of the ingredients for the meatballs. The secret of making the meatball is to don't overwork the meat so you don't have tough meatballs. So this is 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, salt, and black pepper. And just kind of sprinkle that on the meat. This is 6 heaping tablespoons of Parmesan cheese. This is 4 tablespoons of parsley. And this is 6 slices of white bread, and I just cut in little cubes. And that's it. Let me go ahead and get that mixed together, as well as 4 tablespoons of light tasting olive oil. And that'll be our meatballs. And I kind of forgot this, but I'm going to add 1/2 tablespoon of minced garlic as well. And to make the meatball, I'm using 1/4 cup measurer here. And I just you can kind of scoop it in there, fill it up about halfway, like such. And just take it out the cup. I usually just kind of mash it a few times just to kind of get everything compressed a little bit, and just roll it till it just forms a meatball. And that's it, because you don't want to overwork them, because then they'll be tough. So let me get them all made here. And there's the meatballs all done. 6 by 4, we got 24 meatballs. So I'm gonna go ahead and place these in saran wrap and just put these in the refrigerator for a little bit. And I'm gonna start working on the sauce. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and saute the onion. Put your little olive oil in there, maybe 1/2 tablespoon. And this is 1 diced onion. Go ahead and add that to it. And we're just gonna simmer this until the onion gets translucent. All right, then about 5 minutes, go ahead and add the 1 can of whole tomatoes, peeled whole tomatoes. This is a 28-ounce can, plus 1/2 can of water. All right, there's my 1/2 can of water. 1 can of Hunt's tomato sauce, or any kind of sauce. This is the 15-ounce can. And 1 can of Hunt's tomato paste. This is a 12-ounce can. You got all that added and mixed up. And using the tomato paste can, go ahead and put in 6 cans of water. We're going to put in 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, and basically salt and pepper to taste. So I'm going to add a little salt, add a little black pepper, and then after about 30 minutes I'll taste the gravy, see what I got to add to it. But that's pretty much it for the seasonings. So go ahead now. I'm also going to add 1 tablespoon of minced garlic, and added 2 teaspoons of black pepper, 3 teaspoons of salt, and I'll taste it after about 30 minutes to see where it stands. Got my fire all the way on high. I'm just waiting for the sauce to start to simmer, and then I'm going to lower it down to medium low, and I'm going to cook it for 1 hour. Sauce is still cooking, and we'll go ahead and add a little bit of olive oil to a pan. This is the rest of the Italian sausage, a link and a half, 2 links and a half. And we're just gonna get this a little brown. About 10 minutes on a medium heat, just to get a little brown on the meat. Then we'll get to it. I'll show you what we'll do with it. Okay, I got my broiler on high. Here's my meatballs. Go ahead and stick them in the oven. And we just want to get a little brown on them. I got my broiler set on high, so keep an eye on it. All right, been about 9 minutes here, and that's how we currently look on the meatballs. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn them. That way we can get a little brown on the other side. And we'll let that go until they get a nice brown on the other side. And this is the Italian sausage. Been about 10 minutes. And we got a nice little brown on them now. So I'm gonna go ahead and just set this. I'm actually draining this through a little colander, just to get most of the grease out of it. That way we don't have to put excess grease in there. So let me just get that done. Also you can put them on like a bed of paper towels. That'll get rid of a lot of the grease too. Okay, so that's the meatballs. I guess it took about 15 minutes in the broiler. Like I said, I turned them one time. This is the Italian sausage. This took about 10 minutes, I guess. And I've been letting it drain. So my sauce been cooking for an hour. So now we'll go ahead and add the remaining ingredients to it and let it cook for 1 more hour. So it's basically a total of 2 hours cooking time. And here's our Italian sausage. Go ahead and add that to it. This is 2 heaping tablespoons of Parmesan cheese. Go ahead and give that a little mix up there. And now at this point we'll go ahead and add our meatballs to it. And I'm gonna do them one at a time. That way most of the grease stays in the pan. So let me get that done. And I got all the meatballs added. And just give it a little stir gently. Get everything kind of mixed about in there. And we'll just let this barely simmer for about 1 more hour. All right, everything's done. I actually went ahead and skimmed some of the grease that floated up to the top. Gravy's cooked, meatballs are cooked. Got me some thin spaghetti cooked. So let me go ahead and plate it up and we'll see what we got. So let's give it a little taste, see what we got here. A little bit of the sausage, a little bit of the spaghetti. That's how it looks. That Italian sausage gives it a wonderful flavor. And let's try a little meatball here. And let's give the meatball a taste. That's how it looks on the inside. That is very tender. And that's the secret to making the meatballs. Don't overwork the meat or else they'll get tough. Well, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed my video, please subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. Thanks.